Had they been professional athletes or rock stars, the two men would have been surrounded the moment they stepped into Portland City Council that Wednesday morning. But the pair who, in so many ways, represent the best of the city, are quietly famous and strong as steel. They made their way almost unnoticed through the hall to the council chambers, where they sat patiently until it was time to be called to the front table and appear before the mayor and commissioners. The Reverend Leroy Haynes is senior pastor of Allen Temple CME Church. The man he calls his best friend, the Reverend T. Allen Bethel, holds the same position at Maranatha Church. Examine any important issue, from homelessness to police reform to education to hunger and health, and you'll find fingerprints left by these two powerful spiritual leaders in Portland's African American community. They are advisory members to the city and Multnomah County. They work to support families who have loved ones in prison, and they are there when those inmates come out of prison and begin to rebuild a life. They step forward to clothe the homeless and to help fill out applications for housing. Those without jobs, and sometimes without hope, count on the two men to prepare for job interviews. Their mission is to influence those in power to do what they consider the right thing. And they offer a hand and heart to those who need help but who have little to give in return. On Wednesday, during a brief ceremony in front of the city council, they were introduced to the mayor and commissioners as this year's winners of the annual Steve Lowenstein Award. The award is given to people who demonstrate the greatest contribution to assisting the city's poor and underprivileged. Lowenstein, who joined the Peace Corps after graduating from law school in the 1960s, eventually moved to Portland and was the founding director of Oregon Legal Services and developed ways to fund legal aid, which advocates for vulnerable Oregonians. At the time of his death in 1990, he was the executive assistant to former city commissioner Mike Lindbergh. Before passing, Lowenstein established the award and endowed a trust fund. People in the community nominate those considered worthy. Winners, chosen by the board, receive $5,000 to continue their good works. This is an opportunity to recognize people who most of the city has never heard of, said Joe Hertzberg, chair of the trust's board. It makes a difference to them as individuals, to the people they work with, and to the city. Bethel and Haynes, raised in segregated southern communities, separately came to Portland more than 20 years ago and wove themselves into the fabric of the community. They're tireless and fair, said Faye Birch, who nominated them. They never quit their warriors. Bethel chucked at that description. I am 64, he said, but I am honored and humbled to receive this award. In the course of my life, I've tried to help people where my voice or hands could make a contribution. As much as he enjoyed the award, Bethel said, the true power comes from getting regular folks to pause and reflect, then, as a group, to join forces to create what he calls meaningful change. Haynes, 67, said he and Bethel both know there will be no finish line as they work to create a fair, just and equal community.